What's going on, everybody? Brandon Lewis here with the Tennessee Conservative, and I have got a huge, monumentally large announcement, and I want you to get this out to all the conservatives that you know. And you've got me in a little bit of a casual setting, but we got this event page done. I did not bring a change of clothes to the office. I take my young daughter to a workout class, so I can't talk about something like the Tennessee Freedom Summit and then think, well, am I not free enough to do something like this in a tank top? So sorry for the informality, but we got big news here. Tennessee Freedom Summit. One of the big things that I wanted to do when I started the Tennessee Conservative, obviously, is to bring you conservative news. But I also wanted to bring conservative organizations that are effective and that are organizing and that are moving policy and moving candidates and moving causes. I want to bring all of them together. And so we've got an opportunity to do that, and you've got an opportunity to join us at the Tennessee Freedom Summit. If you'll look at the link in the description, you can go find all about the details of this event. And it is going to be July 10th, 2021 in McDonald, Tennessee at a beautiful place called Johnston Woods. If you've never been there, this place is gorgeous. It's out in the middle of nature. It's fantastic. And it is going to be from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. That is a typo on the page that needs to be changed. Just found that out. You know what? We're still quality controlling here. And it is in McDonald, Tennessee. And we're going to have some fantastic speakers. We have got Gary Umble of Tennessee Stands. Does anybody know Gary? Have you ever heard of Gary? Maybe if you have, put it in the comments section. If you know that his work at Tennessee Stands is moving the needle and bringing attention to things that need to be noticed. And what Gary's going to be speaking on at the Tennessee Freedom Summit is the fact that we have to get involved in Republican primaries. We found this year in the legislative session that sometimes you can send a ton of phone calls and emails to people. But if you've got rhinos in subcommittees and committees, it really doesn't make a difference because all of your pleas are going to fall on deaf ears. We're also going to have Tori Venable from Americans for Prosperity who's going to be speaking. And Tori is going to be talking about the fact that it used to be in Tennessee that we were a lot more engaged as citizens, as activists, as conservative groups, and we would go up there. But since COVID happened, many of us have not been able to get in there uh, or simply didn't feel comfortable going. And so all the corporate interests, all of the non conservative interests were still up there for a year pushing their money, pushing their attorneys, pushing their agenda. And many of those lobbyists that are up there that are paid by corporations and other interests that aren't conservative are getting things done. Meanwhile, we've got to show people how to accurately and properly go up and be advocates for lobbying because you can be a lobbyist. You don't have to work at a firm. You can go up to Tennessee's capital in Nashville and lobby. We've got Shaka Mitchell, and I did an interview with him. I'm going to be doing some interviews with some of these guys leading up to this event about school choice. And Shaka, with the American Federation for Children, has been fighting for school choice. He's going to also be at the American Federation or at the Tennessee Freedom Summit. And I'm going to be speaking on how you can get involved in journalism as a conservative citizen journalist because we need help uncovering things like critical race theory in our schools. We need help making sure that we have our medical freedom. We need help uh, right now, combating things such as illegal immigration in our state. And these things can be found out and are being found out often by leads and tips from conservative citizen journalists. So we're going to be talking about that. We're also going to have an all-star panel of conservative grassroots activists that have really made a difference in the state of Tennessee by being involved and engaged, not just getting together and eating lunch and talking about conservative ideas or policies, but rather getting together and moving the needle, registering people to vote, getting involved in primaries, working with and in some cases against school boards that really don't have the interest of our children at heart. And that's going to be one of the last sessions we do. We're going to have a hot breakfast social. I'm going to go over this right now from 8 o'clock until 9 o'clock. We're going to get the program started at 9 o'clock. And we're also going to have a lunch. So when you register and come to the Tennessee Freedom Summit, we're going to be feeding you lunch and breakfast, and we'll be done right on the dot at 5 o'clock. I've done annual events for several years and events my entire career, so we will run the trains on time, and we're going to really get together all of the conservative organizations, I hope, in the state of Tennessee. So closed circuit transmission to you that are in county Republican parties, for you that are in small grassroots organizations, for you that are fighting for things at the state and local level. If you've been involved as a volunteer, if you've been involved in any capacity, and you want to figure out how to get plugged back in a way that's not frustrating, in a way that's not just posting on Facebook or Twitter or Rumble or Parler, wherever you're voicing your concerns, but if you want to actually move the needle, see policy enacted, see conservative causes advances, see conservative candidates getting into office, not rhinos, go right now, before you forget about it, to the link right below or above or sideways or wherever this thing posts, probably above on Facebook, and click the link. Get more information about the Tennessee Freedom Summit. We'd love to have you there. Again, I apologize for my improper attire here, but I just wanted to get this announcement out, and I did not have another shirt with me, and I wasn't going to let that stop me. Maybe I should have put a shawl on, maybe a little knit wool shawl. I could have draped a doily over my shoulder or something. But Tennessee Freedom Summit, we want to see you there. I can't wait to meet you. So many of you I have met through Facebook or through email correspondence, and you appreciate what we do, but you and I have never got an opportunity to meet in person. I'd like to shake your hand. As long as you do not have high expectations, you will not be disappointed. So Brandon Lewis here with the Tennessee Conservative, inviting you personally and in asking you, please forward this to all the groups you're in. All of you, not all of you, but many of you watching this are in conservative groups. And I would like to ask you to forward this out to your email list, send it out. Let's all get together in fellowship and share ideas. Let's figure out what's going on in our community. Let's figure out what's working and what isn't working. And let's unite. Let's bring everybody together and let's work in a more concerted effort. It's one of the big goals here at the Tennessee Conservative, and I'm excited to see all of y'all. Brandon Lewis with the Tennessee Conservative News, inviting you to the Tennessee Freedom Summit. Talk to you soon.